it's kind of a hard standard because you have to seek perfection. And I don't believe in perfection in like real life.
What are some of the myths about cheer?
People misunderstand the athleticism that's required. The good is that now the girls and the boys can say that they're a sport. You know, that's great.
Right.
We get to get the trophy that everybody else gets.
Hello and welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. They are incredible athletes who are keeping school spirit alive at home games and away and throughout the halls of Bingham High School. On this episode of the Supercast, we meet cheer coach Amber Thomas and her talented squad of cheerleaders at Bingham High School. Find out what it takes to make it in cheer and how Ms. Thomas inspires her team to be at their very best. We're here at Bingham High School talking today with Amber Thomas, cheer coach, instructional coach, and teacher. Thanks for taking a few minutes.
You're welcome. This will be fun.
I understand that you just won the first competition of the year.
Yeah, we did just barely. We went to Bingham High School with both of my teams. JV and varsity both won their division, so it was a super good start to the season.
That's fantastic.
We have our national qualifier on Saturday at Mountain America Expo Center.
So once things start, they don't stop.
No, then all your weekends are gone.
Well, you know what I love is that years ago, I was on the sidelines with you. I don't know if you remember this, and I said, well, have a great weekend when it starts. And you said, this is my weekend. This is what I love.
That's what I do.
This is what I love to do.
Yep, games and then cheer. That's what we do.
So tell me about how the competition is structured. You won this previous competition. You have another one coming up this weekend. January is regionals, is that right? Or
Yep,
the
we
regional
are
competition?
going to do region here at Bingham High School.
Oh, it's a home court advantage.
Yeah,
That's
we
awesome.
typically don't do region. They have divisionals for cheer, but our principal here at Bingham, Rodney Shaw, encouraged us to do region, and we're going to host it on January 8th.
Outstanding.
So it'll be fun, but we'll do 3 routines there. So we do our show cheer, which we compete at all the competitions. We're going to do a cheer that includes both of my programs, and then a sideline dance, which is the majority of the girls.
So tell me about the first type, the show cheer. What does that involve?
That involves elite stunting and tumbling and pyramids and like all the things that are super skilled. It's 70% of our score. And then the cheer is only 15%, and then the sideline dance is 15%.
So the sideline dance is the same thing that you would be doing at a game.
Yeah, with
some
more
enhancements.
Finesse. Yeah,
with some enhancements.
Enhancements a good way to put it.
As you're preparing, let me ask you this: how many of your cheerleaders can do a full?
That's a good question. I think we have on varsity maybe 17 out of our 23 that compete, and then on JV I think we have 5 or 6.
I ask that mostly to show that I know what a full is.
I know, I'm impressed. And I even have a couple athletes who can do standing fulls.
I would love to see a standing full before we leave today.
Okay.
I'm so impressed with the level of discipline and preparation and really perfection that is required in competition.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
If you're a baseball player, you miss a bunch of pitches, but you finally hit a home run, you had an amazing game.
Right.
In cheer, you miss, you bobble, you forget your step,
Yep.
and maybe everything crashes down.
Right.
Talk to me about how that feels for the cheerleaders and for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's kind of a hard standard because you have to seek perfection, and I don't believe in perfection in like real life.
Sure.
So I think that's hard for the girls. So, you know, we always tell them to try to hit 0, which means we had a clean routine, but even if they don't hit 0, doesn't mean that they didn't do a great job. Like last weekend, varsity had 1 deduction, and we still won. I think JV actually had a clean routine, but I think that standard is hard because in real life you can fall and get back up and you're good. In cheer, you fall and you might get 5th.
Right. Right.
So,
So tell me, what are some of the things that you can be marked down for?
Okay.
What are some of the little things that, for those who aren't familiar with competitive cheer, what are some of the things that really will cost you points?
the things that will cost us points is if during tumbling, if a skill touches down, so their hands come to the ground, they're not supposed to. And then for stunting, if they are in the air and they come down, or if they bobble, so the stunt, when the crowd says like, oh,
Yeah.
they stay up, like that would be considered a bobble.
I know exactly
So
what
if it
you're
makes
talking
you
about.
gasp, you should
Right.
get a deduction for it.
Okay, all right. And what are some of the things that this team is particularly good at? Why did JV and varsity both take first in this first competition?
Well, I think that they're a highly skilled group of kids, but I think that their work ethic and really their team camaraderie might be unmatched. And I think that that's why they started off successful. I mean, every single team in our region is super, super strong, but these girls have a work ethic and they have a drive, and I think that they have bar set for them. I don't know if it was by me or the groups before them, but they know that they are Bingham and they're held to a different standard.
Well, you do set a high bar for them. Tell me about expecting a lot of the team. Even as I walked in, I could just tell that they want to do what you're asking them to do. You have them wanting to be at their best.
Yeah, they know that I demand a lot, and I demand a lot in the classroom as well. Like, I check their grades every single day. They don't get to compete if they have an F, which is not UHSA standards. That's my standard. We don't let them miss practice, which is hard because they're also kids and have to be at their family.
Sure.
But they are all very committed, and that's kind of why they're great.
What's the most difficult stunt? What requires the most skill in competition or anything that you guys do?
Varsity does, the very first third routine, they do a handstand and a twist, it pirouettes, and then they toss her to the top. And then in addition to that, they have two more elite skills that follow. On our JV routine, the hard skills are from Preston. He's amazing. So he does individual partner stunts that I haven't seen any other male cheerleader do in the state. So we're hoping that he can continue at the next level because of his athleticism.
And what year is he?
He's a senior.
He's a senior. Okay, this is his year.
Yeah, you want to see him do a standing full?
I would love to see him do a standing full.
Hey, Preston. Let me grab him. Preston. That's his warm-up.
Wow. Okay. The warm-up is pretty impressive. All right, let's see the standing full, Preston. Wow. Okay. Not even if I slipped on the ice could I do that. Preston, tell me about what got you into cheer.
It was kind of a really random day. I was leaving school and tryouts were that day. And Jocelyn, she was like, hey, you should come to tryouts tonight. So then I was like, fine, I filled out the paperwork and then I just showed up.
So you're like one of those guys that just shows up at a marathon and runs it with no training, in other words.
Yep.
You just show up, you have the athleticism to do it.
I think so. I did other sports like parkour. So I knew a few basic flips and stuff, but just basic knowledge.
What is it like to be coached by Amber?
It's awesome. Amber's a great coach. She really is good at teaching you, coaching you individually, helping you with your specific needs and stuff. So.
Well, congratulations on being part of the team, and I hope you have a great senior year and nail that competition.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and congrats on first last week.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Tell me, what are some of the things that people misunderstand about cheer? What are some of the myths about cheer?
I think that people misunderstand the athleticism that's required. Back probably when I went to school or even before that, it was just a supportive activity to help support, a spirit and enthusiasm at events. And now it's went from that into this whole beast of its own, which requires extreme athleticism and precision and all the things.
And now UHSAA has sanctioned the sport. This is going to be the third year of competition under UHSAA, is that right?
It'll be the third year.
And what impact has that had on the sport at the high school level?
I mean, I think it's had both good and good and bad impacts, honestly. The good is that now the girls and the boys can say that they're a sport. That's great.
Right.
We get to get the trophy that everybody else gets,
Sure.
and I guess the notoriety, but it does put like limits of when your season is and how many comps you can go to. You have to fit their funding into what the UHSAA says it should be, which isn't a problem typically, but there are some different limitations that you have with it being sanctioned.
Stay with us. When we come back, we talk with members of the cheerleading squad at Bingham High School.
Never miss an episode of the Supercast by liking and subscribing on your favorite podcasting platform. Find transcripts for this episode and others at supercast.jordandistrict.org.
It's something all parents need to know in the event of emergency in one of our schools. Hi, I'm Matt Alvarez, former law enforcement officer and Army Ranger, now school safety coordinator for Jordan School District. We're talking about the Standard Response Protocol, or SRP. Knowing SRP will help to keep everyone safe and informed if there is an emergency at one of our schools or buildings. Standard Response Protocol provides consistent, clear, shared language and actions for all students, staff, first responders, and parents. It is language that can be applied to any emergency situation. The SRP actions now used in all schools statewide are hold, secure, lockdown, evacuate, and shelter. To educate yourself and your children on these actions, visit schoolsafety.jordandistrict.org.
We're talking now with 3 of the captains of the cheer team here at Bingham High School. Tell me your name, your grade, and we'll talk a little bit about the program.
Okay, I'm Jensen Bunkle and I'm a senior.
I'm Jocelyn Peterson, I'm also a senior.
I'm Cammie Reynolds and I'm also a senior.
Tell me, what is it like to be on Amber Thomas's cheer squad?
It can definitely be difficult at times, but I think that she pushes us to be our very best, and without her, our team wouldn't be as good as we are.
What are your favorite parts of being on the cheer team?
I really like the girls on it, and I feel like we've all just become such one family. We're so close to each other, and that's what I like most.
I love going out on the floor and performing. I think just being out on the floor and performing is so much fun, and I think doing it as a team makes it even better because we're so close.
I love going to nationals with all of them because then it's more of a fun experience as a high schooler, alone without parents.
When are nationals this year?
February.
And you've already won your first competition.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Why do you think you have such a great start already?
This year, I think our team's super close, and I think it helps us a lot. We all enjoy being with each other, and I think it helps us become closer as a team to do better.
I also think our coaches have a huge impact. I think this year they're pushing really hard for us to be able to do really good, and I think that helps a lot for sure.
I also think everyone's more confident with each other and believe in each other, so it's encouraging to others.
What are some things that you did growing up to prepare to be part of cheer here at Bingham?
I cheered when I was little and just pushing myself to make it on the team.
Yeah, I also did all-star cheer before I came here for 2 years, and that's where I learned to stunt and a lot of tumbling stuff too.
I actually did dance most of my life, but before I tried out, I talked to some of the girls on the team and stunted with them, and then asked them what I needed to do to get more onto the team and what I needed to do to get prepared for it.
What made you want to switch from dance to cheer?
I did cheer when I was 7, and I think cheer would have been more fun to get more involved with the school.
Yeah, well, you all make a huge impact on the school, and I can't wait to see how things go at region and state. I really like your chances. You guys are awesome, so thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're talking now with 3 of the freshmen on the Bingham squad. Introduce yourself and tell me what middle school you go to.
So my name is Oakley Hedrick and I go to Elkridge Middle School. My name's Annie Hedrick and I go to Elkridge Middle School. Hi, I'm Sadie and I go to Sojo.
Tell me, what is it like to be a freshman on such an elite team here at Bingham?
It's kind of intimidating, not gonna lie.
I really like it because it's like I don't really ever have to go to school. I have 4 classes and I just get to come here. So it's fun.
Yeah, I love it so much. It's just like such a cool experience to go to the high school and as a freshman, you know?
What do you love most about being part of cheer?
Probably just like the environment and all the friends and the competitions, the games, everything.
I like the experience that you get being on it and like, yeah, the environment of the school and just how it's just so fun.
Yeah, like the twins said, just the environment's awesome.
I thought you guys looked alike.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. What was it that you did to prepare to be part of cheer here at Bingham? You've grown up doing tumbling, dance. Where did you start?
So I did dance for I think 11 years, and then I was like, you know what, I want to change. So I did cheer, and I had a mental block when I was like not auditioning, like trying out. And one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my singing tug because I want this so bad, and it just seemed so fun when I was like growing up. So I just did it, and I was like, wow.
And it worked in tryouts. Yeah. Now describe again what you were trying to do that you were hung up on before.
Oh, so I got a mental block at All-Star Cheer, and I just couldn't do like any like backwards tumbling. Like it was so scary for me. I couldn't like get myself to do it, and so like yeah, I just like kept on like putting the hours, and I just one day just did it.
And has being part of Bingham Cheer helped you overcome that as well?
I'm fully recovered now. Yeah,
and that's way in the past.
Yeah.
I had 7 years of All-Star Cheer.
Yeah.
Actually 8, I think. 8 seasons of All-Star Cheer.
And then we went down basically every day and just tumbled. Whatever we could do in our basement, we did every day to prepare to get here.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your win this
thank
last
you.
weekend, and good luck on the weekend coming up.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Supercast. Remember, education is the most important thing you will do today. We'll see you out there.